So you're sitting around somewhere in America right now and it's cold. It's windy. It probably is snowy as well because it's the winter time and you want to escape and get somewhere that is nicer, that you can do some outdoor activities. Well, this is the video for you. Stay tuned because we're going to cover the hot spots, the best places to go, especially for golf when it comes to Arizona. And coming down to the Phoenix area is incredible this time of year. This is the awesomeness, the season of awesomeness, guys. You know, if you watch this channel, there are two seasons in Phoenix. There is awesomeness, which lasts for about 8 months, and hot, and that's about 4 months, and it's hot. So if you're gonna come for golf, come in the awesomeness season because you're gonna absolutely enjoy it and get out of the cold and snow because it's beautiful down here. Guys, my name's Kelly Cook. I've been selling real estate in Phoenix for 20 years now. Contact me below and I'd love to chat with you about any questions you have about anything related to Phoenix and or real estate. So let's dive right in. Right now it's 72 degrees, it's the beginning of March, and it is gorgeous outside. Spring training baseball is in full swing, no pun intended, and everybody is out and about doing things. You can tell there's more traffic on the streets. People are flying down to experience the beautiful weather that Phoenix, Arizona, the Valley of the Sun has to offer this time of year, guys. If you like to golf, I'm gonna put up Phoenix and Scottsdale against any other major city across America. It is gorgeous, guys. Scottsdale is known as the golf mecca of the world. In the Phoenix area, there are over 200 courses to choose from, and in the Scottsdale area alone, there's about 100 courses to choose from as well. So there's no shortage of golf when coming to Arizona. So if you're planning that perfect golf trip, this is the video you want to continue to watch because I'm going to give you a bonus tip at the end in terms of what my favorite golf course for the value is at the end of this video. Stay tuned for that. In fact, weather is such a big deal for Phoenix and such a positive that I'm going to break down other warm weather cities across America to give you an example of comparing and contrasting those weather points, things from the wind to the average daily temperature to the rainfall and so on and so forth in Orlando, Los Angeles, and Phoenix. So here we go, we're gonna dive right in. Let's start off with the average and low temperatures this time of year. In looking at the springtime, you can see Phoenix is absolutely perfect. It doesn't get too hot. It's about 90 degrees until about the 1st of May. And so you have nice warm weather pretty much all day long in Phoenix this time of year. And whereas Los Angeles is a little more cooler and Orlando is going to be a little more cooler as well. But again, keep in mind humidity. Los Angeles doesn't have a ton of humidity. Orlando has a lot of humidity, but Phoenix has almost no humidity. So the air is very dry. It is not thick. And so the sweating is only going to come when it starts getting really hot outside because 90 degrees in Phoenix really, honestly, isn't that bad. Now, I'm not sure about you, but when I'm outside doing outdoor activities, especially golfing, I like a clear blue sky. Well, Phoenix has that for you. In fact, if you look at the graph here, you can see that Orlando has a lot of cloudy skies. The chances that the skies will be clear, as you can see by the graph, are most likely to be in Phoenix with LA right behind it. But Orlando, because it rains more there, you're gonna have a chance of more clouds. Speaking of rain, let's jump over to the amount of precipitation. Look at the graph right here. You can see that Phoenix clearly wins this because there's just very little rain in Phoenix. Now, this is great because this means that if you're planning a golfing trip or a trip of doing any type of outdoor activity when you're on vacation, you can be pretty much guaranteed that for the most part, you don't have to worry about which day of the week it might rain, therefore which day of the week you should book your tee time or go on a hike. Because in Phoenix, most days are going to be dry. Now looking at the graph here, you can see that LA and Orlando both are pretty dry this time of year, but not as dry as Phoenix. And so you do have a higher percentage chance of having rain in those other two cities. And the same goes for the average monthly rainfall as well. And why is not having humidity a good thing when you're golfing? Well, I don't know about you, but my palms are sweaty from all that humidity. It makes for a much more tougher round of golf or pickleball or tennis or any other outdoor activity, even running if you have your phone or a water bottle or something in your hands. And this one might be the most important one of all, guys, average wind speed. I'm not sure about you, but when I'm golfing, I have a tough time as it is just trying to keep the ball straight down the fairway. So I need the wind working against me too. I have enough challenges as it is. Well, if you're golfing in Phoenix, you're in luck for that one as well. As you can see, the average wind speed for Phoenix is just below 7 miles per hour, whereas LA is around 8 and Orlando is over 9. So again, chances that you're gonna have a windier day in another place across the country that is a warm weather city as opposed to Phoenix is much greater. And I know there's other options, other warm weather cities across America, but we could have been doing this all day long. I just want to give you 3 different options from the 2 coastal sections of our country to compare it against the dry desert climate of Phoenix. Now in the Phoenix area, there are primarily 2 types of courses. Resort courses that are more open and kind of funnel the fairways to make you feel better about your golf scoring game while you're playing, because after all, you're at a resort on vacation. They want you to be happy. Courses like this will be like the Weston Kierland course that is located in Scottsdale. And another type of course is a desert course, and that's what Phoenix has the most of. Why? Because we're in the desert. But guys, desert golf is target golf, and if you haven't played much desert golf, you really should try it. It is amazing. Now, it's not too amazing if you don't hit the fairway, but it's amazing because it's beautiful and it literally is gorgeous. You see plant life you just don't see other parts of the country. And you have this desert with these mountains, and somehow there's this big patch of grass that they carved into this area to make a golf course, and it's just a fun time to play, something that's unique to do. Now, I'm from the Midwest. I know that if you have an open course where grass is everywhere, it can be easier because if you shank one, right, which I never do, but if you did, you can sometimes play that same course you're in on the other course's fairway because it's wide open. That's cool too. Arizona doesn't have too many courses like that, but there are some. Courses like Camelback, or if you want a muni course, Paradise Valley Municipal Golf Course, places like that will be more open to where you can have a more open Midwest feel if that's what you're looking for when you come down to the desert. But primarily, you should experience and play desert golf. And with those 2 types of courses, you have public and private courses. See, in Scottsdale, you have about 50 private courses in and around the area. There's no shortage of that. Now, believe it or not, most of those private courses have waiting lists because people have flocked to Arizona, people who live here full-time or not, and have bought memberships, golf memberships, these courses. And so there's not a lot of availability, even though the prices are very high. See, most of these memberships are equity memberships, and so you do have equity in that membership. In the event you sell it, you can get a good portion, if not more, back when you sell based on where the market is trading. And right now it's trading high. So we thought about joining a private course in the Phoenix Scottsdale area. Give me a call because we have a list of all of those courses that currently do not have waiting lists because there are not that many. But if you don't want to join a public course, don't worry, there are plenty of public options as well. So some courses, just to name a few, that are phenomenal. Starting out in East Valley, you have Las Sendas. Las Sendas has a high slope rating, and it is a course that is super under the radar. Going out to Gold Canyon, you have Dinosaur Mountain. That is a highly rated course, one you should definitely play, located up against the Superstition Mountains. Now, as you come down into this Tempe South Scottsdale area, Papago is a great course you should play. And as you come up into Scottsdale, there are a ton you should definitely check out. McCormick Ranch has a couple courses that are awesome. Over in Fountain Hills, you have Eagle Mountain and Sunridge Canyon. As you continue to come over into Scottsdale, you have plenty of other courses like the Golf Club at McDowell Mountain Ranch. You have Greyhawk, which has 2 courses that are phenomenal. And as you go north even further, you get into courses like Legend Trail and Rancho Manana up in Cave Creek. Over in the Northwest Valley in Peoria, you have the Vistancia Golf Course. And then down in the Buckeye area, you have the Raven at Verado. You have the Wigwam in Goodyear. And they're just good courses all over the place, guys. We have knowledge of all of these, and so based on what area of town you're staying in or how long you're going to be here, give us a call. We'd love to chat with you about the best courses for what it is you're looking to do while you're down here playing some golf. And if you want to play like the pros, or at least where the pros play, check out TPC Scottsdale, where the Waste Management Phoenix Open is held every single February right here in Scottsdale, guys. You have to go play, especially if it's around before or after the tournament, because of all the grandstands that are up. Hole 16 is a par 3, maybe the most famous hole in all of golf. It's called the Coliseum, and the entire tournament is called the Greatest Show on Grass because over 700,000 people will attend the golf course over that week. So definitely something to check out in Scottsdale called TPC Scottsdale. And while you're down here in Arizona for your winter stay, winter vacation, whatever it may be, you definitely want to check out some of the outdoor activities and things to do. There is pickleball for days everywhere across Phoenix. Outdoor or actually indoor as well, because pickleball is a year-round sport in Phoenix. So if it's too hot, there are plenty of indoor courts to go check out for pickleball. Tennis is big here in Phoenix. Hiking, road biking, mountain biking is a big deal here in the Phoenix area. There are people walking their dogs and doing all kinds of outdoor activities, guys. In fact, quick story about myself. When I first came to Phoenix for the first time ever, I played in the Fiesta Bowl in 1999, and I did not know what to expect coming from Nebraska. But it was snowing when I took off, and when we landed and went to Scottsdale Plaza Resort where our team stayed, it was like 74 degrees outside. People were playing tennis, walking around with t-shirts and shorts. And literally 3 hours ago, it was snowing and 24 degrees. So it was an incredible culture shock to me, weather shock to me, and one that I never forgot. And I moved down here in 2004, primarily because of that first experience. So I challenge you to get out and come down here and experience Phoenix. You just may fall in love and end up staying. Speaking of staying, if you want to stay at VRBOs, Airbnbs, there are plenty of options for that throughout the Phoenix area. And resorts, no shortage of options there either, guys. Some of the best resorts to stay at are located right here in the Scottsdale Northeast Valley area. Resorts like Monte Lucia and Paradise Valley. You have the Fairmont Princess Resort in Scottsdale. You have the Camelback Inn. You have the Sanctuary. You have Talking Stick if you like to gamble a little bit while you're on vacation as well. There are so many places to choose from that have literally 5-star service across the board when it comes to these resorts that you will not be disappointed in when you stay there. And shopping? Yeah, we got you covered in Phoenix for that too. Some of the most high-profile, best shopping in all of America are located right here in the Phoenix area. So here are the main shopping areas you want to consider if you're coming down to Phoenix. You want to consider the Kierland Scottsdale Quarter area in Central Scottsdale, the Scottsdale Fashion Square in Old Town Scottsdale, the Chandler Fashion Square Mall in Chandler, Arizona, and then over in the Northwest Valley, you have the Arrowhead Mall, which is very good shopping as well. And there's other parts across the valley that are good shopping places. Down South Scottsdale, you have boutique stores, a lot of unique to the Southwest style jewelry and clothing items and pottery and things like that that are very Arizonan that you should check out as well. So it's places to go everywhere across the entire valley, but those are the main hubs for shopping. That also makes Phoenix such a big win when it comes to spending your winter time or vacation here in the Phoenix area is the accessibility down to this city, guys. We have a hub with 2 of the major airlines in Southwest and American Airlines. So there are direct nonstop flights all across America coming right out of Phoenix to most major cities and mid-major cities across America with those 2 airlines. It works out perfect. And Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, which is international as well, sits right in the middle of the valley, which makes it very convenient for no matter where you're going to get around once you land or once you need to get to the airport to take off. It is an extremely good location, centralized for the entire area. There are 3 main terminals there at this airport. Terminals 2, 3, and 4. That's right, you didn't miss number 1. Somehow it just disappeared, I don't know, but there are only 3, even though there's 2, 3, and 4. There's a tram from the parking into the main terminals, which makes it easy as well. Now, the rental car situation is not as convenient. It is off-site, and there are rental car shuttles that are free that take you to and from the airport to the off-site rental car area, but it does take about 10 minutes in terms of the drive back and forth, and then of course the wait time until the shuttle comes. But they do come pretty frequently, so it's not that big of a deal. I just wish it was right next door, but unfortunately it's not, so you want to add some extra time when dropping off or picking up your rental car before you are scheduled to get to your next spot or destination. Now let's talk about tee times. Where are the best places to book tee times? Well, golfnow.com is going to be probably your best resource for tee times here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. It has pretty much all courses on there, so you can go in there and see the tee times, how many people are available, what the rates are, and so on and so forth. But one pro tip is be sure you want to golf if you book that tee time. It's not super easy to get a refund once you solidify that tee time. So be sure that's something you really want to do. But it goes through all the different courses and different rates. So you can see how the rates change throughout different tee times of the day. Typically when it comes to twilight golf, it becomes more and more cheaper like most places, which is great. So you can play a good course for a lot less money when it's later in the day. Now obviously you can go to all the courses and book directly with them as well. Now when it comes to green fees, they also obviously have those fees posted on this website. But if you want a discount, you can sometimes get a discount by buying a card directly with that golf course. And if you play so many rounds, they'll give a discount typically. Also, Troon Golf manages a lot of the courses down here in the Phoenix area. And so if it is a Troon course, you can also buy a Troon card. Now, Troon card works the same way, but it works for multiple different courses that they manage. So again, if you're gonna play a lot of rounds of golf, this could be something that will definitely save you some money. But again, if you're in town just for a weekend or a week and just playing a few rounds of golf, may not be the best bet, and you're probably better off just paying the course directly. So if you're gonna be down in Arizona playing golf or hiking outside, playing pickleball, or you want to spend some time walking around a park or around one of the many lakes that actually are in the Phoenix area, fun fact, you want to remember a few things. Number 1, sunglasses, very important. Number 2, sunscreen, extremely important. And number 3, usually want to have a nice hat that either is just a normal baseball cap or maybe a bucket hat that goes all the way around to keep the sun off of your face as much as possible. Because even when it's only 70 or 75 degrees, the sun still can be pretty intense, and so it's always good to be covered up with sunscreen. Now for that bonus tip, if I already live here or I'm coming down here to play golf for a weekend or a week, one golf course that's my favorite I think you should definitely check out is going to be Greyhawk. Now Greyhawk has two courses, the Raptor course and the Talent course. Personally, I like the Raptor course better. There's been several events and tournaments that are hosted there at the Raptor course, and the best thing about it might just be when the golf is over as well, because there are two restaurants right there in the clubhouse, and these are public, okay? Public golf, public clubhouse. It is Quill Creek Cafe and Phil's Grill, named after Phil Mickelson. They both overlook the 18th green of the Raptor course with some water and beautiful luscious green grass and mountains in the background. You can sit on the veranda, have a nice adult beverage maybe just some water and a good meal, and just enjoy some really good weather, some good company, and great food. So if I'm coming down here, I'm going to make sure one of the courses I play is a Raptor course at Greyhawk. I'm going to make sure I save time afterwards for a dinner or a drink at one of those two spots overlooking 18th green. Hope you enjoyed our guide to having that great winter vacation or stay in Arizona, whether it's golf or other outdoor activities. If you have any other questions about Phoenix in general, we would love to answer them because we're passionate about our amazing city. Oh, and regarding real estate, we'd love to answer any questions you have about that as well. Give me a call. A lot of people do. We answer our phone days and nights. Weekends, weekdays, it doesn't matter. People are calling us from all across America, and we would love to chat with you as well. 480-660-5974. Don't forget to call me. Call me.